We are now, as we all know, living in a time where technology has taken over not just our personal lives, but most of our working environments too. Having said that, many organizations are still wishing, and in some cases even dreaming, of achieving a successful finance transformation. Having run a number of events across Europe on this exact theme, where we've had Workday as our partner, we have had the pleasure of meeting a diverse range of finance leaders and hear firsthand about their experience when it comes to finance transformation. In this episode of FDE TV, we speak with Shawn Ramsay, Group Operations Director at moneysupermarket.com, Christine Williams, Finance Director EMEA at Alight, as well as Robert Bloor, Group Financial Controller at Equiniti, and hear their views on what finance transformation means to them and what phase of their organization's finance transformation they see themselves in at the moment.
Finance transformation's all contextual. It all depends on your organisation, where you are at with your priorities and where the organisation is with its overall business change. But for us, for our organisation, it's really around putting finance at the front, putting finance on the front foot, and putting finance in a position where it can influence and drive the way we pull information together, the way we work with the control environment, and actually make it really fully integrated within the business and the steps that you can take along that journey to achieve it.
So finance transformation means to me really leveraging the most current and modern technologies to eliminate non-value add work and focus on value add work to help the business grow and thrive. I'm the finance director for EMEA. We are a big global company at Alight Solutions. We have about 20,000 people globally, and EMEA is just a small piece. We have about 500 people. We went live with the technology in EMEA only on the 1st of January, so just a few months back, and we're loving it so far. And we're also now in EMEA looking at finance transformation. So we were live with the tech, now we're working on transforming the business processes to be as efficient as possible within the new tech environment. Globally, they're in the discovery and really build phase of the technology and business transformation. So globally, it's in early stages, but in EMEA, it's pretty mature.
So finance transformation, and any transformation for that matter, is enabling colleagues to do more value-add activity. So we try and take away the routine activity within the day-to-day working environment and utilise transformation to help them deliver more value-add. So our finance transformation at Money Supermarket, the journey started 18 months ago. It's always happening. We very much embedding our new ERP system, Workday. We went live six months ago with Workday, and our main focus over the last 6 months has been getting that to settle in and bed down, and now we'll start to look at really maximising the value out of the investment we've made.
So that's a really interesting question about where we're at within finance transformation, because it implies it's got a start and an end, and I would say that you can't really determine where any of those elements are. So certainly for us, think about what our major catalyst was. It was around establishing a centralised team of roles and responsibilities. We put work out into a captive centre in Chennai, and we have fewer ways of doing things. We still have many, but fewer than we used to, and it's standardised. It's standardised within a corridor of activities, if you like. As many organisations go through their journey, it's around the context they're operating in. So we've moved from private equity into a listed company. So we need to make sure that we've got real depth to our processes and drive further standardisation. So in terms of our journey and the phase that we're at, we're now in a position where we've had a couple of years of operation using our Indian facility, and it's really around the systems which then facilitate all of that. And we've been able to take a big leap forward in putting a new system into a new business we've acquired, sizable business in the US, and that system will be the benchmark that we're going to use for the rest of the business, and that we will then migrate the rest of the business into the same system.
We also speak with Tim Wakeford about his current role as Vice President of Financials Product Strategy at Workday, and how having a CFO background has helped him in his current role.
Prior to joining Workday, I was the UK CFO and an international partner of a multinational real estate organisation. During my time as a CFO, as an operational CFO, I got a really good insight into the needs and the requirements of the business, and I'm able to translate those requirements back into Workday so that we're developing the product in a way that really fits the needs of the finance function.
So, what are the top priorities or challenges for finance organizations right now?
Well, I think the top three priorities are contextual. It's all about the organisation, the world that we live in. A major part for us is around how we can lift our business out of complex, interwoven environments and really move ahead and deliver some significant change by the adoption of enabling technology, a cloud-based technology. It frees us up from our on-premise systems, all the security, all the IT configuration that goes with that, and the liberation that comes with that. So I think it's an unencumbered finance system and processes in a high control environment. So I think that's number one. I think number two is around roles, responsibilities, behaviours within the business, just being really clear around who is doing what and where you can really drive the value out and where the controls really sit within a business. And I think the third part is around, it isn't just finance, it's outside of the finance arena. It's where you interact with the operational aspects of the business, the HR aspects of the business, and trying to get all that to be much, much closer together. So I think the three areas that are priority for us in our business around change are around the IT enablement, around the way that the finance team work and who is responsible for what, and how we work with the wider business, and that there aren't delineations put between the various functional groups.
First off, we just went live a few months back, so we need to really optimize the power of the technology. We're still kind of learning as we go along, and we've been loving it so far, but we know that there's a lot that the tech can do that we haven't really leveraged yet. Secondly, aligning business process to the technology. It's an opportunity and a challenge at the same time, so we have to really get into what we're doing and change how we're doing things and really push the boundaries there to get rid of non-value add work and really leverage the technology to do as much of the transactional processing as is possible to free up people to do business partnering. And then thirdly, as a global business, it's really, again, leveraging the technology and the business processes to build global processes rather than local processes to really use the power of the system to allow us to be more efficient as a global firm.
I think the top three challenges for finance functions today are firstly managing change, whether finance functions are dealing with structured change such as changes to the accounting standards, of which there's been a couple coming up and certainly some more in the future that we can see already, or whether it's managing through kind of geopolitical or macroeconomic environmental factors. All of these impact the finance function, and all of these need to be managed carefully by the finance function to make sure that they can continue to provide the direction for their organisation. So that's critical. Secondly, I think, is the need for finance functions to harness the data within their organisation and marry that with traditional finance operational data to make sure that they have really good insight into what's actually causing the financial results of an organisation, so they can take action based upon the financial and the operational data. And I think the third is around talent management of a finance function. The future of the finance function is going to be less focused on transactional activity and far more around analytical capability and business partnering. So if we think that we have a period of change and we think that we're going to need to harness data within an organisation, it's going to be critical for finance functions to have people that possess the analytical skills, but also the communication skills related to the business partnering activities that are needed to help drive that organisation in the future.
Today's CFOs need to be in tune with their business. So we ask our interviewees their perspective on the cloud and digitalization. Is it just hype or a true driver for value add?
It's absolutely a true value driver. And to be honest, before we went live with the system, I wasn't entirely sure. I'd heard really good things, and I was really supportive of going that way. But since we've gone live, I'm a true believer in it. It has, in 3 short months, it's eliminated an enormous amount of having to connect systems to each other, having disparate information across different pieces of finance, bringing it all into one place. And all of that's being allowed by this incredible cloud solution. And the staff are really enjoying it. It's made their lives so much better on a day-to-day basis, gotten rid of just so much work that they just weren't interested in doing, and now they're really able to focus on the things that they became finance professionals to be, which is helping the business grow, helping the business thrive.
I think we're at a fascinating point at the moment. I think there's a real tipping point that's happening. We see it in all the world around us. I mean, everything is instant, it's online, it's digital. You're grown with a culture of people who are a third of my age who are so involved with technology and it's seamless. And I think we're in a position as a business where we need to be able to embrace that and put it into the business, but in a controlled way and in a way that offers the business the excellence that comes with that, but with no compromise from what it might do if it doesn't work effectively.
Our overall company strategy is to move towards the cloud. One of the reasons for that, and one of the reasons we chose a cloud-based solution for finance, is the continuous improvement. Every 6 months you get a completely new release, new functionality that you can choose to adopt. That encourages that continuous improvement within the finance team, and as we have finance, HR and payroll, it encourages that continuous improvement all the time, as opposed to the 3-year, 6-year cycle of a massive project and program of work that's very disruptive and detracts from doing good work. And that's why cloud has worked pretty well for us.
As we've heard from all of our interviewees, for many organizations, going through a transformation isn't just a one-off exercise or a straight path. It is a continuous journey of being agile as well as flexible, not just within your finance function, but across the whole organization. No matter which part of that journey you are on, just make sure that you do indeed have the right technology partner that can sit down with you, understand your business, and help you thrive. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to like and subscribe.